You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers, Sway.
Madi, I'm going to be talking about the man himself, Jesus Christ, and how the man did a total 360. And in this case, it's a true 360 because Kanye West started as a Christian boy. When his mama was alive, she encouraged him to do right, go to church. She was his moral compass. But when she died, he was so devastated, the void in his life. He had to rebel. He met Kimi, you know what she represents, the kind of woman she is. Like her. She's a free spirit, but quite different from the ideals that Kanye's mama wanted to instill in her boy, From loving Jesus, he went to calling himself Yeezus, made banger music, Had his daughter with Kimi. Life was going good for the nigga, but suddenly he had a spiritual crisis, It was a question of the man versus his ego. He thought of himself as a god, when asked, who the fuck do you think you are? He would say exactly that, a god, He was struggling with his god complex, his ego. He was still in a phase of rebellion, But, a moment of serenity came. He had his son. He was still going through problems, Thinking about his life, thinking about his legacy. That's when the MAGA thing happened. It was like people can think differently, act differently. He was beginning to become more mature. And people lambasted him for the MAGA thing, but it was a sign of him becoming more mature. Right wing politics is usually associated with maturity, whatever you may say. So he was growing up. He was no longer the nigga who would grab mics from people on stage, He was more down to earth, thinking about the impact of his actions. He had a son now, kids to take care of, and he finally went to Jesus. He realized that all he did really didn't matter. All that mattered was that Jesus is king. And coming from a devout atheist like me, I appreciate the journey he has been through and the way he has found to make peace with his soul, to pacify himself, People find different things in life. He has found Jesus. At least maybe that will keep him at peace. I'm worried that he's associating with Joel Austin, To me, I think he's a fraud, but that's a story for another day. I'm just appreciative that he's now in a better state of mind. It's all about Jesus now. Hope he stays out of trouble.